Greetings, citizens of Gaia, and welcome to the next part in episode 2 of Using Scan Final Fantasy IX. I'm Black Mage Timmy, and from when we kicked off, this is the cutscene right after you finish the starter part. I've actually been doing pretty well here to get cutscene and then video and then we've been pretty lucky. Unfortunately, later in the game, that's not going to be the case. There's just an abundance of cutscenes at this point in the game. And the other problem we're going to have is that later we're going to have videos where there's going to be a ridiculous amount of cutscenes. I'm hoping that it'll still cut in for time, but you never know. It might even be, unfortunately, 10 minutes of just straight out cutscene, which I really hope is not the case. But alright, we just watched that cutscene, and we're kicking back off as Zidane. And you know what? I'm going to have time, so I'll show you... if you remember back in the first episode, which, was 40 minutes ago, it wasn't too long ago. If you're watching these in one sitting. There was those two treasures that we got in that first area of the game. I think it was 30 gil and a potion. I can show you this is actually the only other instance in the entire game where you can get those items. Of course, if you miss them, then it's your own loss. But I don't think a potion and 30 gil is really going to be missed that much. Okay, so here's the scene between Ruby and Garnet. Now, if you walk past them, you can actually go back down and you can beat them to the punch, and you'll wind up back in that first room. Which is really interesting. Oh crap, I didn't actually mean to go in here. Whoopsie. But, if you're in here, you can then go back up and you can, get the items then. You can actually see the room. But we already got them in the first video, so we don't have to really worry about that. Okay, so now we got, if we talk to Ruby, we'll continue the story. By the way, I think Ruby is probably one of the most hilarious redneck impersonations I've seen in text. So if I was ever going to write a book, and I wanted an avidly American character, I'd just use her. She's so great. Okay, so we've got more scenes. The scenes kind of drone on, as I said in the last video, especially at this point in the game. They just kind of go forever, and they... Oh, and there's this weird big reveal that it's Princess Garnet, even though you kind of knew it was Garnet the whole time. There's that, oh, they've come for me, like the hood is going to do anything. So, there's not a lot to do at this point. Some slide jokes and stuff. I'm hoping this doesn't take forever. I don't want to spend the first 5 minutes having, talked to one person in the entirety of this. But that might be the case. There's still a bunch of battles. I'm really hoping... I want to snuck this out in, 4 episodes, or 4 parts to this episode, but you know what? As far as it's going, it might even be 5. I really don't want it to be. So, oh, you know what? We'll see. I think if we're lucky, we'll hit 4. 4 tops. Well, so far we're on episode 3, so here's hoping. Alright. So they're gonna open this open sesame. Clearly not the most original password ever, but so they're all gonna jump inside, and this other knight is gonna jump in as well, and he's gonna get stuck. You know what? On my first couple of playthroughs of this game, I never really understood why why this scene happens, but it'll all kind of make sense in a minute. He bought it. When I was I first played this game, I was 8, and I just thought it was lazy. I was that guy's trying not to do his job, as my naive 8-year-old self thought. Anyway, So, now we can actually finally move again for, again, all like 30 seconds. What we want to do is we want to turn around and we want to, like, you can turn the wheel to the left and turn the wheel to the right. Either way, you're going to get a lecture, but we want to do both. Because you turn it to the left, it drops, you would have just seen that treasure chest drop. And if you turn it to the right, it also drops another treasure chest. Not the same treasure chest, but yeah, so, like, it's one of those things you kind of want to do because one of the items we're about to pick up is something called a Phoenix Pinion, which I really don't want people to confuse with the Phoenix Down. The difference between the two is, like, you can't buy Phoenix Pinions. You can only make them at the end of the game, and you can only find them in treasure chests throughout the game. They have, like, they do the same thing, except you can sell a Phoenix Pinion for 1,000 gil. And they have this underlying later factor. So we're going to open this one. There's the Phoenix Down. And the other one's going to be the Phoenix Pinion. The other thing as well is you can only, I think, use Phoenix Pinions in battle. I don't think you can use them in... I'm going to check that, actually. We got a little time, so I'm going to check... No, yeah, so you can't use a Phoenix Pinion in battle, in the field, but you can use Phoenix Downs. So, okay, that's good to know, actually. So we're now going to go down this way and kind of back up and through the door. The reason I don't suggest using the Phoenix Pinions is because later there's a summon and a character you'll get which relies on them, and it's kind of like your failsafe. Like, it's not something I really want to go into detail now because, like, I'll be throwing around a bunch of terms that no one will understand at the moment. Oh yeah, so they just discovered the knight that got stuck. That was blank in the hole, who jumped in the hole. Alright, so we're just jumping straight into it. We're actually in a battle Steiner now. And if you paid attention to how much HP Steiner had in game, he had 120. He's got the same amount of HP. But because we're not on stage anymore, we can steal. And this is a nifty little trick. So you get a leather hat off him. And what we're trying to get, more importantly than the leather hat, is the silk shirt. That was actually really fast. I'm really happy about that. I don't think he has anything else. He might have a potion, but I'm pretty sure that's everything he's got. You can check that. Okay, so yeah, that's everything. So all you want to do is you just want to, like, do that and then beat him. Zenane's doing a crap load more damage now. He has double the damage, provided that weapon is now his. Since we got that Mage Masher, and that is just, it's so excellent. Because it makes your life so much easier. There we go, that should do it. There we go. Yeah, you know what? I think if we're lucky, yeah, I think we'll get this done in four episodes. It took a little longer. Like, it's not going to take us long. I think every time I say that an episode's going to be like 3 episodes long, it'll be like 4. Or like, in the first episode, I was like, it's going to be 2 episodes long, and it was like 3. So I'm just going to kind of, like, hope. But I'd say we'll get this done in 4. But 4 might be a bit shorter. We'll see how we go. But because I know what's coming up next, what we're going to do is we're going to go... Oh, actually, we'll get this one little last scene. So I'm going to just kind of play it by ear on how long it's going to take. We got this scene, and I'm just going to, like, tell you what's going to happen in the next episode. Next episode, it's going to be mostly battles. So I'll actually spend more of those battles explaining how the characters are really good and bad in their own respective fields. Just so then we're not, like, spending 10 minutes wasting our time. So I think we're going to cut off here. I'll let them get on the lift and go up, which shouldn't take more than, like, 10 seconds anyway. But I'm just gonna say adieu now, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next episode. So I'll see you later.